Good morning, students. I just have a book here I'd like to read to you. It's an Aboriginal story about how the kangaroos got their tails. How the kangaroos got their tails. I'm going to tell you a story about how that kangaroos got their tails. In the early days, in the dream time, there were two kangaroos who lived in this country. One came from the hills, the other came from the plains. The plains kangaroo was a big red kangaroo with long arms and long legs. The hills kangaroo was a small kangaroo with short arms and short legs. One day the short-armed kangaroo was walking around hunting for sugarbag. That's wild bush honey. You can find sugarbag by watching the bees and following them to the hive where they make their honey. He really liked sugarbag, that short-armed kangaroo, so he kept on looking and looking until he found some in a hole in a rock. He reached just inside the hole and pulled out a handful of sugarbag and ate it. It was good tucker. He sat down next to the short-armed kangaroo. "Hey, what are you eating?" he said. "I'm eating sugarbag," said the short-armed kangaroo. "You've got long arms. You can reach right down and get some too." So that big kangaroo put his long arms deep into the hole and pulled out a handful of spiders. Ugh! "Try again," said the short-armed kangaroo. "Put your arm right down into the hole. That's where the sugar bag is." So the big kangaroo put his hand down into the hole again, but only pulled out more spiders. The short-armed kangaroo kept reaching just inside the hole. He pulled out more and more sugar bag. Pretty soon, he'd eaten it all himself. The big kangaroo was wild. That short-armed kangaroo had tricked him. He went over to the white gum tree and broke off a big stick. The short-armed kangaroo thought he'd better get a stick too. He went and broke one off a red bloodwood tree. And then they started to fight. They hit each other over the head with those sticks until the big kangaroo ran away. Well, that short-armed kangaroo threw his stick and it got stuck right into the big kangaroo. That made big kangaroo even more wild. So he turned around and threw his stick and it got stuck into the short-armed kangaroo. Then they each hopped away back to their own country. The big kangaroo went back to the low country where the sugar grass grows, and the short-armed kangaroo hopped up away into the hills. I'm a sugar grass country man," said the big red plains kangaroo. "I will live here forever." "And I'm a boulder country man," said the short-armed kangaroo. "I will live in the hills amongst the boulders and the spinifex." And they are still there today. When you see them, you will know how they got their tails. So that's the story of how the kangaroos got their tails.